So I finished my homework. Because I started at 3:11, which is exactly when I got banned. Account is back. Yes, the account is back, everyone. What was it for? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, it's good. I'm 18.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I mean, yeah, I think a majority of people will, but it's really Biden just kind of made the economy go to shit, honestly.
How so?
Like, I know a lot of people have lost a lot of businesses and stuff, lost a lot of money due to the economy.
You know people who have?
Yeah, I mean, my parents own a business too, and it definitely did not help with the economy and all that.
Yeah, so I think that could just be relative to the particular market that your family is in. There are plenty of businesses that would be doing better off now. I mean, corporate profits are basically at an all-time high. We've seen raises in real GDP. Just the issue is that that hasn't subsequently been seen by the middle class and by the
Yeah,
median
no, I
worker.
mean, their business
So it's
is
not
fine,
really
but
an
I feel like
impact on businesses. It would be an
it's making the
impact more
poor
on the
people,
people.
it's making the poor, yeah, it's definitely more of an impact on the people. I think it's making the people that can't afford stuff make it so they can't make any more money, and then the people that have money are getting richer off of it.
And I mean that's been
That's the way I feel
happening
about
since
it.
the early 2000s. It's been happening since the 80s. Why? Because trickle down economics is not functioning properly.
No, well, honestly, like either way, whoever we vote for, it doesn't really matter at this point because they're both going to be puppets at this point.
So what makes you think that they're both puppets?
Wouldn't you agree with that?
No. What makes you think that they're both puppets?
I mean, they're both very like I don't know, like um, if anybody like they could have their family taken from them and they have to do whatever the person says. Like they could have their family abducted. Like
Isn't
someone
that
could
for
hold a
any
gun to their head
person?
and
That's
tell them
true.
they have
That's
to do
true
this
for
or that.
you. That's true for me. That's true for anyone, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it really
Their
doesn't
family's
matter either
under
way.
Secret Service
It's gonna suck.
protection.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't really mean anything.
That does mean a lot. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean John F. Kennedy got assassinated.
Yeah, and that was in what, the 50s? We're talking Secret Service protection in 2024.
Yeah.
You don't think they've stepped it up since the literal 60s? Like that was
I mean,
when
there's
my
still
mom
ways
was
around
born,
it, bro.
bro.
Definitely. Yeah, that's true. No, I just think Trump's better in general.
Why?
I mean, what's your opinion on all of it? What's your opinion?
Trump is a worse candidate comparative to Biden, right? So I'm not going to vote for Trump, clearly. I'm going to vote for Biden.
Bro, I mean, half the time Biden can't even stand up straight, and all he talks about is fucking ice cream. Like, there was a school shooting,
I've
and he was
only
talking
seen
about
him
chocolate
talk
chip
about
ice
ice
cream.
cream one
Is that
time,
really who you want to
and
vote for?
he does stand up straight. Like what are you saying?
I mean, he fell on the stairs on his jet. He can't. He's obviously not in the mental state to be in office.
And Trump mistook a person he sexually abused for his ex-wife.
Yeah, well, Biden sniffs children.
And Trump's a proven sexual abuser. Now, would you let me ask you a
Where's
question?
the proof?
Where's the proof? Literally, he's been held liable in a civil court.
Yeah,
He,
Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son is a total pedophile, though. On that note, like,
how is Hunter a P3DO? And also, how does that relate to what we were just saying? We were just holding Trump accountable. That's such a pivot. Trump had to pay $5 million in sexual abuse,
I know, I'm
right,
just saying.
charges and 83 million in defamation charges.
Yeah, no, I didn't know about that, but I just know that there was the PE30 found on Hunter Biden's laptop or something like that.
Yeah, where did you find that? I didn't see anything of that.
That's all I was saying. I'm pretty sure it was all over the news. This was a couple years ago, pretty sure, like last year maybe.
I feel like that would have been more talked about, but I don't know. I didn't hear that. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to bring up or talk about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nah.
Do you have any reason for your positions? I feel like this isn't reason. I feel like this is just like, oh, maybe I heard something. Sounds kind of low information to me.
Yeah, no, I just feel like Trump's a better president in general. Like he was president before and everything was fine.
No, I mean, do you remember
I feel
COVID?
like
Everything was
me and
fine. There was the second most unemployment
yeah, I mean
since
COVID.
since the Great Depression.
Yeah, so during COVID, actually, like the big businesses and stuff like that made shitloads of money. Like my parents, that was probably one of the best years. They made a ton of money during COVID. But like all the small businesses, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so as it relates to this, again, uh, the point we're trying to make here is that just because things are happening that are considerably bad doesn't mean that it's the fault of the particular president that's in office. You'd have to demonstrate a link between the two, correct? Okay. Josh just went out of the app, everyone. We're going to go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Let's go to the next person. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next individual up, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18,
What's your birth year?
2020.
The fetuses are so bad at math, chat. They're so bad at math. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I will.
Why so?
Because I don't currently believe that Biden is actually the better representative for the US because of some previous stuff that happened, like over the years, particularly in like the early 2000s with um, that sort of family like leaking like private information of people.
What family leaking what private information?
Biden's family.
Biden's family leaked what private information?
Like information that was supposed to be just kept within the government.
What information?
I don't know.
Who are you talking about?
His family, literally.
His family? Who in his family?
I don't remember what her name was. I think it's like his granddaughter or something.
His granddaughter. His granddaughter wasn't alive in the early 2000s, I think. Or was an infant.
Or maybe it was like his daughter or something. I don't know. Cause oh my gosh, I fucking hate people like
Does he even have a daughter?
yeah, I think
I can't remember, chat. Is she? I'm so confused.
oh my god, no way. I was talking about the wrong president.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's ridiculous. Okay, she's definitely not voting in the election. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
38.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes.
Why so?
I think he's better equipped to handle the Ukraine and Israeli war than Biden is.
And why so?
Because I think Biden's either not, he's definitely not doing enough to end and finish this conflict.
How so? What would Trump have done?
I think there will be a much more tougher situation where Trump would come in with a lot more aggressive position. Either we see like right now, I think we're giving about what 5% of our military budget. Look, if we're going to support Ukraine, right? Let's support them. Like let's actually like really because right now Ukraine is losing. They just lost Advika, which is a huge position. So either we're gonna support Ukraine and have them win, or there has to be a compromise, right? Like it has to be one or the other. Right now, Biden's not doing any of them. So I think you just in this
Wait,
situation,
Biden's advocating for funds to go there that Republicans are holding back. Isn't
yeah.
that allowing them to continue their fight?
No, the funds are not enough for them to win the war.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely
the
not.
funds provide military equipment. What are you talking
Hmm.
about?
Yeah,
And
but
supplies.
that's again, they
Are
are
you
not
saying that
going
you
to
need
win.
U.S. troops?
I'm saying whatever it takes. Yes, if we have to take some,
So
like,
you
are we
think
here
that
to
they
win or
should
no?
send U.S. troops?
I think we do whatever it takes for Ukraine to win, or we
Okay,
compromise.
okay. So Trump would have, right, sent U.S. troops. Is that your view?
No, I think there would be definitely a position where he would go out pulling really hard, saying, "Hey, look, either you're pulling back your shit and you're stopping this right now, okay? We'll give you a small win to give you a window to get out, or we're actually gonna, send F-16, send F-20, F-35s, actually like send actual real quote unquote mercenaries, right? Like
So
whatever it takes
so
to like
engage in
actually fight you
direct
guys
war
back.
with Russia.
Yes, whatever look,
So
either
you
do you want
so
Ukraine to win or
Trump
not?
would either engage in direct war with Russia or he would secede land to Russia. Is that your view?
Well, look,
Neither of those sound
we
better
have to
than what we
ask.
have right now.
No, what we have right now is an endless war that's just going to be endless unaliving of both sides, right? The Ukrainians and Russian side, right? Like,
I don't think
and
you saying
and
endless is justified.
I think that sending only 60 billion, I think we just sent, or it was 60 billion, I believe, is just pretty much like we're just throwing away that money. That's not gonna give any kind of win to Ukraine. It's not gonna resolve this. It's just we're
It's definitely
losing.
held up
Ukraine is
Ukraine.
losing right
I
now.
don't see how you're saying it hasn't like helped at all. That's ridiculous to say that it didn't help them at all. I
No,
don't think any specialist would agree with you.
I think that we are losing and Ukraine is losing right now. Russia's losing too. Russia's definitely losing too. Right now, there is no winners here because of how weak we're going at it. Either we go really strong at it and end this shit, or we,
Yeah, you don't want to engage in
compromise.
direct
One or
war.
the other.
Direct war is not the best way to limit Russian aggression because direct war
Okay.
would spark right further aggression amongst other countries. Right, war things that we don't want to engage in with nuclear superpowers. That's not a smart thing to do.
It's not right.
So that's why
Yeah.
it's proxy, right? That's why it's
Okay.
proxy.
So why don't we at least try diplomacy?
If you want to try diplomacy, right? You're saying we should secede land. Is that what you're saying?
So see land. Well, yeah, Ukraine is not in a position of power to get
Oh, okay.
all of this
So
land back.
if we
No,
secede land, does that set any precedent for other countries around the world?
it
Appreciate the
doesn't.
handout. Thank you so much.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No, no precedent is set.
No, no. I mean, it's
So
kind of.
China's not going to look at this and be like, oh, maybe that could affect the situation in Taiwan.
Yeah, it would affect the situation because first of all, whether Russia takes land or not, Russia's a loser in this.
Appreciate the hand mustache. Thank you so much.
Okay, and it's not going to set any precedent. Like, hey, look what Russia did. Let's do it too. Because guess what? Yeah, Russia might take some land, but guess what? Russia just got economically decimated, became isolated from the world. I don't think no one's going to take that position and say, "Oh, look, Russia did it. We'll do it too." Because Russia, regardless whether they take land or not, they lost this war.
Well, let's say China does it. Let's say China does it. Can the whole world divulge away from China the same way they divulged away from Russia?
I think if you incorporate the same sanctions we put on Russia, we put on China, China would have a
Thank you for the
huge
galaxy. I
famine.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
China would have a huge famine.
And do you think
Yeah.
that's a moral thing to do to cause
Uh,
famine?
no, it's not moral, but I mean, if China's going to do an immoral act against aggression against another country, then it would justify it. I mean, it's like saying, is it a moral thing to do what we're doing to Russia? Is it moral?
If it leads to the deaths of people, I think that you can make arguments for that.
It's leading to the death of people in Russia too now, right?
Yeah, if you can argue that, then I think that yeah, it definitely can be argued to be a bad thing. I mean, you want to impact these powers, but not insofar
Yeah,
as that it's impacting innocent civilians. That's what I
yeah,
would say, at least.
that's what I'm saying. Like for me, and definitely was it's Trump's policy would be to end this war, right? He had that one CNN
Yeah, but how is he going to
thing
end
that he
it?
did. Like
How
he
is he
straight up
supposed
said,
to end this?
he's like, I will stop this war. Like there has to be
Yeah,
an
no,
incentive to
he's
stop it.
dude, he's making all these claims. Why do you believe that? That's my question.
The fact that he will actually go and create some kind of diplomacy and create some kind of pressure on both sides to end this war. Right now, there is no real
Okay,
pressure.
sorry,
It's
can you
just
say that one more
constant
time? I was grabbing
waste
something.
right now on both sides, and there's constant loss of life almost. There's no incentive. Like right now, this war is going to go on for years and years. If we just continue what we're doing, this war is not stopping. And guess what? Ukraine has zero chance of winning this war. Zero chance. I mean,
Can
we
Russia
could
go
all
on
just
for
be
that
blunt.
long?
Definitely, Ukraine can't go on for that long.
No,
Russia
can
will
Russia?
definitely Russia will definitely outperform Ukraine in every way militarily, no matter how much money we send them.
And how is that true?
What do you mean? How is that true? It's Russia. Like it's
Then
Russia.
how come they haven't taken
We
more
could.
land?
They are taking land. They just took Advika. That's like it was actually that was a huge win for Russia. It's actually way more like a much more bigger position that Ukraine lost than what was the Bakhmut. You know, so it's like if you know about that area, they just took like a huge victory in that. Russia's winning right now. It's insane. Either hey, we fight back and like help the Ukrainians, or we help them negotiate a position where they don't lose too much of their lands, and there's some kind of an exit strategy here, right? Like there has to be one or the other. Like, and right now, Biden is not
Well,
he's
aren't
not
they
fit
asking
to
for more
do that.
funding?
It doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, more funding. Okay, let him ask for more funding. What is the funding going to do? We can send them $1 trillion tomorrow. $1 trillion. It's going to do absolute jack shit for them.
Then you're just irrational.
I'm not
If you think a
irrational, man.
trillion dollars does nothing, you're irrational.
I don't think you said $1 trillion to Ukraine tomorrow. Okay, it's not going to magically give them air superiority. It's not going to magically give them more tanks than Russia has. It's not going to magically give them more artillery weapons than Russia has. It's not going to give them
Not
magically
magically,
more
they can develop those
infantry than
things
Russia
given the
has.
funding.
Develop those things. When they're in the middle of war, no one's developing anything during war. Who's
What
going
do
to
you
sit
mean
there
they
and you?
ramp up
So you think
production
they're
during
gonna?
war?
Hold on. Hold on. So you
You're
think they're
wrong. You're
gonna?
completely wrong. They ramp
Okay.
up production during war.
So you tell me we send them money right away? They're going to put up factories and start developing all these equipment to fight Russians like in no time? You think that's actually that's what would happen? They would have to have
They use
factories in
existing
place.
factories and try to produce more, right, in order
Yes.
to be able to fund the war. I mean, almost every other country would do that.
Hmm. Yeah. So again, Ukraine doesn't have these factories that have the technologies to develop air superiority over Russia. They don't have any. They
Well,
don't
they
have
can
enough
they can develop
infantry.
them
They
with
don't have enough
funding. You're not
technology.
understanding that. Like
Huh.
you saying that giving $1 trillion to a country in the middle of a conflict wouldn't
Yeah.
help them at all is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look again. I'm on the more extreme side of like either we stop it or or we help them exit. Right. I mean, the position you're taking is just an endless war and more destruction and more conflict and more unaliving of people
No,
that
no, no,
are
no. It's not
part of
endless
this. Right.
war.
It
Appreciate the
is
crown. Thank
though.
you so much. How is it endless war?
Because right now, the way I look at it, Russia is not stopping until they have conquest, and Ukraine is not willing to secede land until they take all their lands back. It's not going to
And that's
happen.
as of now. That doesn't mean it's always going to be that way.
Okay, so I mean, how do you see this war turning around for for in Ukraine's favor? Like, do you see it actually? Do you see a possible Ukrainian victory here?
Yeah,
You do.
absolutely.
You see that
Yeah,
against Russia,
yeah.
like the second most powerful country in the world.
They're not the second most powerful country in the world.
Okay, third most
They give the
powerful
hand
country in the
heart.
world. Okay,
No.
third most. Wait, who's third most powerful country in the world?
I mean, you have better arguments for saying that the UK is more powerful.
The UK is
Yeah,
more
the UK
powerful
is
than
definitely
Russia.
more powerful than Russia. Yeah.
You think so? No, I'm not talking about UK along with NATO. I'm talking UK, just UK. You think UK went into a conflict with Russia without any interference? The UK would be victorious? Yeah, you're fooling yourself, sir. That's not. That is insane to even consider
Stacy,
something
thank
like
you for
that.
the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How?
Huh? How?
How? Compare the living standards. Compare the access to
Living standard.
resources.
What is that? The access to resources.
Yeah, the
Actually,
GDP per
Russia is the
capita of
most.
Russia. What is it?
It's not about the GDP of, or that doesn't matter. What's the GDP of South Korea and North Korea? North Korea will eat South Korea. They will eat them.
What?
It's not about your GDP. That doesn't
It is about
decide.
GDP's
No.
access to resources. Access to resources funding influences the outcomes of wars.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, again, like Russia actually has hypersonic missiles. Russia will have far more air superiority than what UK would have. Russia has more aircraft carriers. Well, actually, they only have one aircraft carrier, but they have more tanks. They have more artillery. They have more actual like fighting men, right? Like
And where'd you get this
uh,
information from?
because every single person in Russia, when they're 18, they're forced to go and learn military. Actually, there's actual like every single person that lives in Russia from like a certain age, like it's like from like 18 to 20 or something like that, has like signs up for the military and goes and like trains. So uh, in that sense,
Where did you get
like
the
for
information that they have more tanks and more artillery?
they do. That's a fact. I mean, it's a basic Google search. Just Google how many tanks does Russia have versus how many tanks UK has. Russia has more tanks than anybody.
Yo, Deborah, thank you for the
Period.
$50 on Venmo. Oh my gosh, yo. Can we get a W, Deborah, in the comment section? Yo, thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate that. And Chris, thank you for the $5. Holy shit, Deborah, can we get a W, Deborah? But yeah, I'll look that up right now. So you're saying Russia, number of tanks.
Yeah, Russia number of tanks versus UK number of tanks.
2,000 active tanks in service for Russia.
Mm-hmm.
UK active.
Wait, 2,000?
Yeah, that's what it says. Um. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Hold up. Okay. I think I do see that they have less.
Yeah, far less.
Yeah. It
And
says they
that's
have.
just one factor. Now let's look at, you
That's
know,
current tanks though.
military. Okay, so now let's look at submarines, right? Let's look at submarines. Let's look at the ability to transport military weapons. Let's look at the actual, weaponry, like
Yeah, but
whether
you'd
it's
have to like see where this is.
again, where what is. Look,
Have
a
you
lot
made
of
the
people on
comparison of
the
the numbers?
I have, dude. Like, I mean, Russia. I mean, China just surpassed them as a more, obviously a stronger force, right? So I would say, yeah, you're right. Russia is not the second most powerful. I would say they are definitely the third most powerful. They have more nuclear bombs than any other country in the world. They do have like the Sukhoi, the Sukhoi, I think 37s, which is like very very close to our F-35s, and they do a lot of production in that. They have their own MiGs. They have their own like hypersonic missiles. They're I mean in terms of air superiority, they're very close to U.S. technology. U.S. is more superior, but Russia is there, right? Like to compare anybody else, if you take the U.S. factor out, Russia's like superior to even against Russia. They'll be a very formidable like it'll be like a pretty close war. It's not like China will completely take out Russia. I mean, it'll be a very close war because again, Russia has a lot of like when it comes to land war, Russia is definitely you know in a huge advantage because of their artillery power. When it comes to artillery, I don't think any country has actually, unless besides America, Russia has the most artillery weapons, which is a huge game changer for ground war. So again, like, do we are we here to lie to ourselves and say Ukraine has a chance to win, or do we say, okay, what do we do about this? Like, clearly there is no chance for Ukraine to win
If
without us.
Russia is
Either
so good,
mhm,
right? Why is it taking them so long to take Ukraine?
take Ukraine,
Yeah.
the no, because well, war is not the. It's not like I mean, if America's so good, why can't we, take Afghanistan? Why can't we take Vietnam? Why couldn't we take? I mean, war is a lot more complicated than that, right? It's not. It's not about the matter of taking or not, right? It's
But you could say
try to
that that could be due to
minimize
location, right? Like,
location.
I mean, like how far away we are, right? Whereas like Ukraine's on the border of Russia.
Well, again, I don't think Russia is a genocidal country. They're not going to come here and start dropping like
Is Putin
massive.
homicidal?
Is Putin homicidal? I mean, I think Putin's like one of the most evil people that's ever existed, like ever. Worse than the probably very close to the Mustache Man. Okay, like so I'm not a supporter
Yo,
of
thank
him
you for
at
the
all.
subscription. I appreciate
Um,
it. Thank you so much.
I'm definitely not a supporter of him at all. I don't think there's anyone here in the 2,200 people here that hates Putin more than I do because of where I come from, right? My family used to be part of the USSR. I'm Armenian, and all the shit that Russia's done. I mean, again, for me, I'm advocating for like America to send more weapons. I'm advocating for America to send F-16s and F-35s and actually beat the shit out of these Russians. Like I'm actually advocating for that. Or do we have an argument, a discussion, and say, hey, you know what? It's going to cost. Even if we do that, there's a chance that this might fail. Let's,
Killer, thank
how
you for the
about this?
subscription.
Let's have some
That's
diplomacy
literally
and put.
advocating for World War III. You know that, right?
Look, okay, so no, I mean it's possible. Yes, that is possible. World War III, in this sense, I mean,
Not
again,
possible. That is World
no,
War III.
it's not World War III. We can send more if we send more weapons to Ukraine. Is that a possibility of World War III? Are we just doing just enough so Russia, like,
No, dude,
doesn't start
you're
World War III?
saying sending troops.
No, quote unquote mercenaries, right? Like you can do that. A lot of countries do that shit. We could hire mercenaries, American mercenaries, and send them there to fight as mercenaries. We don't have to send actual American troops. There's so much more we can do, right? Like, do you think we're
Isn't that
doing
the
enough?
same thing?
Do you think we're doing enough to help Ukraine?
I think that obviously, like, I think that we can do more, and I think that's what they were trying to do with the policy. I don't really understand geopolitical conflicts completely. I would say
Okay.
that the funding absolutely limits Russian aggression. It's more or less of a precedent setter, and given that it's taken so long, that it's indicative of its meat that it's working.
Yeah, but again, Ukraine is losing more and more land. Ukraine is losing more and more people.
But isn't
Being
Russia
being on
losing ground on some places too, as well?
No, not right now. Not right now. There was the offensive that Ukraine was like that got prepared for. They took some back, but now they're losing it back again. It's just in war like there's gonna be a pushback and a pullback. But right now, Ukraine is not in any position to get back any of their lands, no matter how much money we send them, because you have the CCP, helping Russia right now too. You have other
That just
countries
sounds like
helping
an
Russia
opinion to
too.
me. I appreciate the hat mustache. Thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
like, my point is that with these types of conflicts, I don't think that you can really make an assertion with that. All I'm just saying is that this is likely to defend, and it's also the case that it's like this is a treaty that was signed. Like, if the U.S. goes against a treaty, that could impact plenty of things.
So let's just say a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever it is, right? If we continue doing what we're doing, and Russia ends up winning, and there's some kind of a ceasefire deal where Ukraine seizes all those loses all those lands, would you say can you blame Biden's policies for that? Can you say that was Biden's fault?
In that scenario, if Biden caused it to be the case, then it would have been different under a different administration.
Do
You
you
could
think it's gonna be a
indicate
different
fault there.
Do you think there's a different administration coming in pretty soon?
There could be.
Okay. So let's just say Biden wins this presidency for another 4 years, and this war ends in 2 years or whatever, or a year or whatever it is, right? And Ukraine loses, and with our policies and the way we supported Ukraine, and Ukraine loses, isn't that kind of our fault too for not supporting him, quote unquote, enough?
You could say it is, and you could say that sets bad precedents, but wouldn't that like show off more against like Republicans who have been voting against this policy?
Oh, so that would be the Republicans' fault, right? So
No, like
if we
in Congress.
lose,
I'm just asking. I'm just
okay,
asking. Wouldn't
no,
that be
I
more showing of that?
no, because I think right now the way it's going, I think generally Republicans see it as a chance of no success here. That we have no way of winning the situation. So it's like, hey, let's settle this and try to stop this at this point, because the money that we're sending is now it's hurting us. We have our own problems here, and we're
If
not
it was that
really helping
they
them.
see no way of winning, how come they didn't support it from the very beginning?
Of what? Support the war to send
No, it's not
to
support the worst. Support like us upholding the treaty.
upholding the you're talking about the Budapest was it
Memorandum, yeah.
referendum memorandum, yeah, memorandum. So again, the Budapest memorandum, I get it. I'm all for that. I'm all for like U.S. You know backing their treaties and obviously helping these people out. But again, at what cost? Again, it's like we have to have a real debate within our own people and say, hey, look, is this going to be okay? So we have a treaty here. Should we really? Are we? If we're going to really help these people, are we really going to help them, or we're just going to do some bullshit, send some money, and have it not be effective at all? And at the end, they're going to lose anyways, and we're losing money and our resources. They're losing their people and their resources and land. So there's no real winner here, right? Like I think that's the perspective of the Republicans. Like if we have a true way to beat Russia right now, I don't think Republicans or any American would be like, hey, you know what? Let's not do that.
Then why aren't
Like,
Republicans
no,
advocating to send more then?
because that's not winning the war.
So
That is not winning the
doesn't
war.
that limit you from being able to get any access to do anything? Like that whole process is limiting our ability to actually respond. Doesn't that kind of create a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Well, again, look, there's a lot of Republicans that think that this could potentially spark World War III, right? And we don't want that. And
You were
we
just
definitely
advocating that we probably should.
well, we no, I think we should. I'm telling you what I'm not talking about. I'm not a Republican, so there's a lot of cowards that will sit there and be like, oh no, let's not do that. It's not, it's America first only. It's not. Yeah, like right now, Russia is an adversary, and if we have an opportunity to, like beat them down right now, let's do it. Let's do it. Like hell yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's send F-16s. Let's send like every
Even if
single
they have
F-16 we
nukes.
have. Let's send every single F-16 we have. Let's send F-35s, as a matter of fact.
Even if they have
Let's
nukes.
let's give them actual. So okay, so there you go. So what you're saying is Russia. There's no way to Russia to lose. So okay, so if that's the case, if our military generals are saying, hey, you know what? If we do this, we could potentially go into a nuclear conflict, right? Okay, so what's the alternative here? Do we just send bullshit, money and like some bullshit help and all in the just to say we did it and look, oh look, everyone, we're helping Ukraine. Oh yeah, everyone raising Ukrainian flags, and that's gonna ultimately just cause more
That's the best way to
unalivings, right?
limit. That's the best way to limit Russian aggression into Europe without causing World War III.
No,
That's
I don't
essentially the
think.
reasoning.
I mean, dude, I personally don't see Russia trying to get into Europe. Like,
Christopher,
there's,
thank you for the $5 again. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
that's. I think
Say that
that's.
again.
I don't think that's the ambition that Russia has to try to get into Europe. I don't think that's the ambition. Russia has its own ambitions, but Russia trying to take Europe, that's insane to me.
No, I'm
Like,
just
that's
saying
not
that like they're
possible.
aggressing further into Europe. Like they've taken Georgia, they've taken Crimea, and now they've invaded Ukraine.
They haven't taken Georgia.
Yeah,
They've
they did.
annexed Crimea. Okay, but by doing that, guess what? Georgia was more pro-Russia. Now, actually, Georgia's more on the, they Western, just like my own country, Armenia. We were pro-Russia. But guess what? With all the shit that they did, and they didn't help us with all the treaties we had with them, they didn't honor their treaties. Guess what? We don't follow. Like we're done. We're getting out of the alliance that we have with Russia. We're actually going more with we're falling in line with West now. My own country is. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Russia
Yeah, so
took
you
some lands here,
then
but that
so
doesn't mean
the
anything. Yeah,
no, and they did take Georgia.
they didn't take Georgia. They just annexed Crimea. They
Yeah, they
did not
did
take Georgia. How did they take Georgia, bro?
in
What do you mean they took
2008.
Georgia? Huh?
In 2008, didn't they?
No, bro. They just annexed Crimea. And when they did that, guess what? That made it worse. Instead of actually like see like they could have politically taken Ukraine. They could have politically taken
Yeah, so in
like
2008 there
Georgia.
was an
They did it.
invasion, right?
Yeah, they took Crimea.
No,
They
no,
annexed Crimea.
2014 was Crimea.
Okay, what was 2008? Ossetia. Ossetia was it?
No, the
Was it Ossetia?
Georgian war.
Yeah, yeah. But Georgia right now is pro-West. The government, everything. It's a more of a Western country now. It's not aligned with Russia anymore because of all the shit that they did. It's not. It's not under Russian control.
So they've invaded Georgia. They've invaded They've annexed Crimea and they've invaded Ukraine. And you don't think that they're going to invade any more nations?
Oh no, I'm sure they are. Look, anyone in a position of power is going to do shit just like we do. We do a lot of shady shit around the world too. I mean, I'm sure you agree with that, right? And it's very unfortunate. People in power do power shit all the time, right? That's just what it is. That's just if you're in power, that you're going to want to invade. You're going to want to push your agenda around, especially in your region, right? You want to show power and strength. That's just natural. But at the end of the day, when you have a country like U.S. on the side, and then if they're trying to invade Europe, guess what? No, we have a NATO. Like that's what we have NATO, where it's like, no, you touch an inch of NATO land, we're coming at you full force with every single NATO alliance, right? So I don't think. I mean, Russia is not stupid enough to do that, right? And at the end of the day,
Well, I mean,
Ukraine is
Trump said
A NATO
that he
alliance.
wouldn't defend NATO countries from Russia if they don't pay their fair share.
I do agree with that. If you're going to be part of our alliance, you have to actually chip in here. You can't just sit here and just be like, all right, think I'm a NATO alliance now, so I'm good now. Like, no, bro. Like, you got to chip in. You got to
Okay, so if
work with
Poland
us.
doesn't pay their fair share,
Okay.
right, you would be okay with them invading Poland.
I wouldn't be okay with anyone getting invaded in any situation, whether they're NATO or not. Right. I'm not okay with that. But do we help? Do we actually risk our resources, our men or our people to a nation that's not in any way committed to us, to committed to NATO? No, I think. Look, if you're not committing and paying your fair share, which is I think they're supposed to donate a certain percentage of the GDP right towards NATO. If you're not doing that, then you shouldn't even be in NATO. Like leave. That's just how I see it, and I think that's how Trump sees it too.
So
It's perfectly
you wouldn't
logical.
defend them?
If they're not paying their fair share, they should leave NATO. Yes.
No, no. Would you defend them?
Would I defend them? I would defend them. Yes.
Okay,
In
so
a
you
sense, like I
disagree
would, I
with
would not.
Trump.
What I mean, yeah, of course I disagree with Trump. I would defend them in a sense, like I would still not want them to be invaded, right? But I defend them meaning like, would I go and fight for them? No, I wouldn't. I
Oh,
definitely
I had
wouldn't.
seaweed in my teeth.
Yeah.
So you literally just disagreed with that. You
With
literally
what?
just said, "Oh, I would defend them. Now I won't defend them."
No, 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 I would defend them in a sense like I would advocate for it to not happen. I would not want that, right? Defend them in the sense like I would defend, like I would not agree with Russia invading anyone, regardless if they're NATO or not, right? But defend meaning like would I defend, like would I send let's say if I was in any position, if I
Like,
would
would
I
you send
send,
troops?
no, 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 absolutely
It's a
not, no,
NATO
never.
country. They invade a
No,
NATO country and you don't
they
send
should
troops.
not be in NATO if they're not, actually paying their fair share into
So you
NATO.
wouldn't go defend them.
No, no, I would not. They
Okay,
should be
okay.
pushed. They should be pressured into,
So
actually paying their fair share.
let's say they invaded Finland, let's say they
Hmm.
invaded a bunch of different countries, right, in Europe that
Hmm.
weren't paying their fair share. All of
Yeah.
them are not paying their fair share. You have no issue with that?
No, 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 I would have an issue with them invading. Yes,
No, would
and I
you
would, and I would, just like Ukraine, I would advocate for us to send F-35s, F-16s, whatever it takes to beat down the Russians.
Okay, so you're for limiting it and making and protecting those NATO countries, regardless.
You know, I'm for helping anyone that's look. Russia is our adversary, right? You don't have to be a NATO ally for us to help us. If Russia decides to attack, let's say, I don't know, Egypt, for example, right? I think we should arm Egypt to the T, just like we should arm Finland to the T or Poland to the T if Russia invaded them. But as long as if they're paying their fair share, no, now we don't just arm them. Now we actually send troops. Now you're like, it's like almost as if they hit a NATO alliance, right? If they invade a NATO ally that's actually paying their fair share, that's actually like contributing to our NATO forces, then you know what? Because of that commitment, then that means we should all commit to that country and go full force and actually send whatever it takes to beat Russia, including troops. Yes.
Okay, but not if they're not paying a fair share. So if they're paying
No,
1.99%,
I don't think we should commit troops, but we should still send in military aid and whatever it takes.
1.99%, no troops.
Huh?
At 1.99%, no troops.
So is it 2%?
Yep.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, like, we could be all cynical about that. 1.99% is pretty close.
So
Okay.
1.98 then.
I guess 1.98, we could draw the line right there. Yes.
We can draw the line at 1.98. So
There you go.
1.98,
There's no
right?
reason why people shouldn't pay their fair share into our
So if they're putting
into NATO.
1.98 in and they get invaded by Russia, you're like, nah, we're not going to help them with
No, no,
troops.
we're gonna help them. We're not gonna send our troops
Yeah, so no
because you're not.
troops.
Hey, you're not put. Yeah. Now it would be like, look, if you're not gonna pay
So you
this year,
agree we
next
should
year, if
help
you don't pay,
Ukraine.
boom, you're
You
out of
agree
the
we should
NATO.
help Ukraine and we should stop Russian aggression into Europe.
I think we should help Ukraine far more than what we're doing right now because we're not
Okay, so
actually
then that doesn't
helping
sound like
Ukraine.
what Trump wants to do, but
It does.
so
Trump will
really,
give an alternative.
Trump wants to give more money to Ukraine.
I think Trump wants to give a major alternative to both sides, and if they don't agree, there's gonna be something dramatic that will happen. Yes,
Like what?
like either it's gonna be. I think the negotiation is gonna be something like. I mean, just judging the way Trump is, right? It would be like, look, either we're gonna end this shit, you're gonna give Putin a way out here, you're gonna secede maybe some lands, unfortunately, because like you can't defend yourself, or Putin, if you don't do this, if you don't, take back your military, we're gonna give them the F-16s. We're gonna give them even more money, even more support. We're gonna hire more mercenaries. We're gonna come at you 10 times harder than it's ever been, right? So that's the position that
Okay,
I
I
think
feel like
Trump
we're
will
not
take.
really getting anywhere here. Is there anything else you'd like to
Yeah,
go over or talk about?
not really. I mean, that's. I just think that Biden's not is unfit to handle all this situation, especially even the situation with Israel, right? Same deal. Like he should end the G side.
Yeah, I
He has
agree,
the
but
power to,
Trump wouldn't.
huh?
Trump
I
wouldn't.
I
Trump
think
is
I
Trump
think
is
I
extremely
think Trump will
pro-Israel.
create a
Have you
ceasefire
seen Trump's approval rating in Israel?
in Israel. I'm pretty sure it's very high.
It's the highest there and out of any other place, even America.
Yeah. So Trump actually attempted a peace deal, right? And I don't think people think like Netanyahu's like Trump. Trump's like they're like besties. No, actually, as a matter of fact, the way I look at it, Trump hates Netanyahu. Trump tried to get a win by creating some kind of peace deal within. Because Trump is a narcissist. We could all. I'm not blind to that. And I think all presidents are narcissists in a certain level. Trump is more than normal. And I think when Netanyahu took away that chance of getting that peace deal, when it failed because of Netanyahu, I think Trump is not. Again, he's not besties with Netanyahu, and I think in this situation there will be some, level of, support for Palestinians in a sense. Like there will be at least some kind of a peace deal talk. There'll be a push for
Wait, there
not
is.
peace deal,
Is
or
it
I'm sorry, not
Biden's
peace deal.
advocating for a ceasefire?
What's advocating? Is he actually down there? Is he
Yeah,
flying
he's
into
actually
Palestine and
yes,
actually like?
no, not to Palestine, but like he's actually like been advocating for that this entire time, right? So
Yeah, but
again,
it's
I
all
don't
fake.
think that Biden is as good as it relates to this scenario, but I think that he's harm
We just
reduction
voted
for
against
Palestinians.
we just voted against a ceasefire. What are you talking about? How is he advocating for it? And all of a sudden, the
Biden
United
is
States is
advocating
voting
for a
against it.
ceasefire.
Yeah, but we just voted against a
Lady
ceasefire.
Candy, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Can you show me where it says that he voted against it?
The United States voted against it.
Does Biden want a ceasefire?
I don't think so. Because if he wanted a ceasefire, he'll make it happen. He's a he's literally the president of he's like literally the most powerful man in the world right now. He can make it happen, and he's not.
He's trying. He's definitely trying to. He's
Oh,
been claiming
clearly.
that.
So that's what I'm saying. He's trying. He's a weak person. He can't do it. He's
Wait, wait,
trying and he
wait,
can't
wait.
make it
Trump
happen.
also
That's
wanted to do
weakness.
it and he didn't do it.
What? No, there
You're
was no
saying
war at the time, right? There was no, and like it was.
there was
This
still a
wasn't the case.
conflict, but yo, Amber, I
There's
appreciate the
always been a
subscription. Thank you
conflict.
so much.
Yeah. Of course, there's a conflict, but again, that's why he's attempted to create a peace deal, right? That's different.
Biden
You can't
says
force that.
Israel Hamas ceasefire is imminent in the next few
Yeah,
days.
yeah. While he was eating ice cream, right?
This is from 3 days ago.
Yeah, he was literally like, it's so disrespectful. He's standing there eating ice cream and saying, "Oh yeah, it's imminent. And one more week, one more week." Bullshit.
So it was disrespectful for him to eat food.
He's standing there as a president eating ice cream, talking about oh, it's imminent. Did you see that?
How is that
You don't think that was,
disrespectful?
you don't think? You think that was presidential? You guys always talk about
You
how he's
think
the empathetic
are
one.
you fucking kidding me? You think Trump's presidential? Really?
No, no, I don't think Trump's
Really, Armenian?
presidential
Are you
at
fucking
all.
kidding me?
No, no, he's not. He's
So
not
don't
presidential.
even act like that's a relevant point.
No, no, I'm just using it against you guys because you guys act like he's the empathetic presidential one when it's like
Dude,
he's sitting there eating
wait.
ice cream while he's
I never
announcing
said that he
this.
was a great person, right? I never said that I look up to Biden, right? What I said is that he's a better candidate comparative to Trump. That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's a good candidate.
I
He
think
does
that's
have. I
obvious
mean,
anyway. So you don't think
there's policies I do
you'd
support,
rather
right?
vote for a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, someone who sent
Proven
83%
sexual
of the taxes to
abuser.
the top 1%. What's up?
Proven sexual abuser.
Yes. He was held
That's
liable
wild to
for
say
sexual
that.
abuse.
Okay, yeah. So do you think? Let me think. Like O.J. Simpson was guilty or not? Because he was
Was he held
acquitted from that.
liable?
He was acquitted from the unaliving of his wife and the guy, right?
So was he liable?
So we're just gonna believe Eugene Carroll here and just say, hey, like you don't think that was
Hello? You cut out.
you don't think that was politically motivated?
So certain things can be politically motivated to be put into place because there's more people that are engaging with a certain thing, given the fact that he's engaging in politics. But it's also the case that that doesn't take away from the fact that he did it.
No. Do you know the evidence that was shown in court? Do you know
Yeah,
what the actual evidence was?
yeah. But again, the point that I
What
reference
was the
is,
evidence? Do you know? Do you know what it was?
yeah. So there was like a dress. There was multiple of their friends at the time that engaged with them, right, and that knew about what happened in the time period, which is very, very common for
With
different
two
types
of
of
her
cases
friends.
like this.
Yeah, two of her friends
Those are just
said it
some of the
happened.
things, right?
Yeah, but they didn't see it. They just said it happened.
Why didn't Trump give his DNA?
Huh?
Why didn't Trump give his DNA?
That, why would he do that? I mean, again, it's like
Because that could acquit
that's like him.
him.
I don't know. That doesn't matter.
That could acquit him.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something.
No,
If he was innocent, why wouldn't he do that?
dude. Again, like that doesn't mean whether he gave his DNA or not doesn't make him guilty, right? I think it
No, it
would have been better
indicates
if
that
he did. I
it could
do.
indicate probabilistic claims like he's likely to be guilty because it is the case that, right, if he was innocent, that he would have just given up his DNA.
I didn't follow the case. I'll look into why he didn't do it, but I'm sure that's not again whether he did or not does not decide he's guilty or not. I think the evidence that was shown in court was definitely not enough to convict someone and get $83 million paid out. Like that's
No, that the
ridiculous.
83 million was for defamation, the 5 million was for sexual abuse. And yes, there I mean, he was literally that was by a jury of his peers. So you're just saying I feel like this, and then well, the jury will disagrees with you. So this was in the context of a civil court. If someone was dating, do you have children?
Yes.
Was dating one of your children, and
Hmm.
was in the context of a civil court held liable for sexual abuse, would you feel at all concerned?
If they're held liable for no,
Yeah, that they were held liable for sexual abuse.
if I knew the person on a personal level, if I knew them and they said no, it was not right. And I
You don't know
trusted the
Trump on a
person.
personal level. You don't know them on a personal level.
I don't know him, and I'm not saying he's absolutely innocent. I'm just saying it was not enough to convict him. He could have
Again,
done it.
what
He
would
could
be
have done it.
enough?
He could have done it.
What would be enough?
Actual evidence.
And what is that?
I don't know, like a recording, an
A
eyewitness,
recording.
actual like someone that's not, yeah, like something.
So you're essentially saying no case about sexual abuse should go through if they don't have an eyewitness or a recording.
Yeah, especially when it's how long ago was this? Was like
So no, wait,
20, 30 years ago.
you're saying no case about sexual abuse or sexual assault or anything should go through unless they have a particular eyewitness that saw it happen, right? Or that what's it called? Or they sorry, what was the second one you said? My brain.
Like there has to be eyewitness, some kind of recording. There has to be
Recording is crazy, dude.
hard evidence, bro. Hard
Yeah,
evidence.
so they're trying to with the DNA, but Trump won't give up his DNA.
Yeah, because why would he sit there and you know?
I'm sorry, under my
Sorry.
worldview, you wouldn't even have a choice, right? I think it's ridiculous that people are able to get out of giving their DNA in that scenario. That's ridiculous.
That is kind of ridiculous. We should have a law that forces that. I guess I do agree with that. And I think in this context, Trump should give his DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that is likely to indicate guiltiness, but I do think that this is meets a standard that's reliable because otherwise you're not going to accept like if one of the people you know in your life, one of the women you know in your life told you that they were essayed,
Hmm.
right? Would you not believe them?
I would believe them because I know them. I would believe them on a personal level, and I would not wait 30 or 40. I don't know how long ago was that to sit there, wait for someone to be a president, and then go after them. I would actually take matters into my own hands if the if I try to put this person behind bars and they don't go behind bars. I would take
Hold,
matters
hold
into my
up,
own
Matt
hands.
wants to add something real
Hey,
quick.
I just want to add something to the conversation. Remember, he was held liable for sexual assault, not grape. He was charged with grape, right? So you got what you wanted. The jury
User,
did
thank you
not
for the subscription.
the jury did not find him guilty or liable of grape. They found him liable of sexual assault, which is a lower class of than what he was charged with. That tells you that the
It was
jury
sexual
was
abuse,
being
right?
yes, yeah, sexual abuse, because they found that that there was not enough evidence that he digitally penetrated her. That means that the jury was being fair. Because she claimed that he full on raped her. They didn't believe that. They just believed that her claim that he touched her inappropriately, that he did things inappropriately to her, but it did not involve full on grape. So
So,
that tells me that the jury was being fair.
so it was fair that someone was inappropriately touched, and now they have to pay 83 million dollars.
No, that's not
No,
what he was
5 million.
saying. Come on.
That's
Wait,
how
hold
is
on.
this fair, bro?
That's so fucked. For you to say that that's what he said. You didn't listen to a single fucking thing he said.
I did though, I did.
No, you
Hold
didn't.
on.
You just heavily misrepresented him.
What did he
Okay,
say
no.
again? Sorry, he was low on my end. What did you say?
No, you said that it was fair, right?
Yes, I said the jury was being fair because he was charged with three different types of sexual assault. The highest was grape. The jury found him not guilty of that or not liable of that. They found him guilty of the lower offense, meaning
Yeah,
that they
I
didn't
mean,
believe
he's
all
saying
the
he's
evidence.
saying the jury was being fair. Appreciate the handout.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So the jury was being fair by finding him the lower tier of what is
Yes,
considered
because
great
it, if
essay,
what
right?
you said is true, that they didn't, or that they were just ready to convict him, right? They would have gave him the highest sentence, but they didn't. They gave him the lower one. Why? Because they said that there was not enough evidence to prove that he committed the grape, but they did find that there was enough evidence that he committed a sexual assault.
Yeah. Again, I regardless, I understand that they didn't give him the highest charge on that, which was I guess grape, right? But the fact that with the amount of evidence that was presented, and they still came out and said that he's liable for that, it's still crazy to me because it's not enough evidence.
Well,
I mean,
you do
do you know
realize that
that?
under that standard, right? I mean, and Parker kind of alluded to this. You do realize under that standard, you'd be throwing out about 98% of all grape cases in the United States, right? You understand that, right?
No, no, I understand that, but again, it's the fact that she waited so long, and like why didn't she come out when
I
he was
waited. So
running for
wait,
the
hold on.
first
Dude,
I
time?
that
waited.
Soon.
Wait, hold on. I never. So I was raped as a child. I never came forward with my rapist. It's been 20 some years.
Okay.
Many women and men, but many women don't come forward in years or decades. That doesn't change the fact that the party is not guilty.
Yeah, no, it's very sad that this world and society is like that. I think everyone should come out immediately, and
Well,
if
hold
someone
on.
is
No, that's not true
100%.
though.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. There are women who and men, but there are women who cannot come out immediately. They are shocked. They are damaged. They are traumatized. They are scared. They
Yeah.
have no place to go. They can't go to the police because women are not believed. Men are not believed. Children are sometimes not believed. Where are they to go? What are they to do? You on here right now are questioning whether or not she lied. You're saying, well, did it happen? Did it not happen?
Well,
Where's
yeah.
the basic
Is it
proof of
fair?
this?
It's not fair to question someone?
You can question them in the in the outcome as it goes along. You're saying, well, it just must not have happened because it was way too long ago. You're not even giving the benefit of the doubt. We always treat somebody as innocent until proven guilty. Trump was proven guilty, or in this case, liable.
No,
So that's
see,
how
but
the
that's
court
the
of law
thing.
works.
It's I think that he was guilty before he even walked into that court. That's what it is. People judged
Then,
him
then, then
because
then
of all
again,
the.
what you're critiquing is our jury system. Then you're saying that
Yes,
the
I
entire
am.
system was against him.
It's not just against him. I think it's flawed. The way we have our system is very flawed. Like if you do you have a son?
Me? No.
Uh, okay, I'm sure Parker. Let's just assume you have a son, right? And he came to you, and some girl is now saying that your son essayed and raped him, right? And your son comes to you and says, "Dad, I don't even know who this person is. I've never met him. I don't know what the hell's going on." Do you just blindly believe the girl because she
No, I
said
would
it?
no because of my son. I would tell my son, tell me everything that you tell me. I would tell him to tell me the truth, tell me everything. But if
Okay.
they say they're innocent, then I would say okay. Then we're going to fight this in the court of law. But if there's evidence that comes forward from the district attorney showing that my son did in fact do this, right?
Okay.
That I would still love them because they're my son. I would still love them, but he would be guilty.
I just got a fucking
Oh,
violation,
what
bro.
happened?
Oh, did you? Oh, probably this talk. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll have to drop this talk. Um,
All right. Well, is there anything
yeah.
else you'd like to talk about, Rod?
Oh,
No, I mean,
you can
again,
talk to him if you want to, and I'll
No, I
drop.
was
listen,
asking him.
again,
Oh,
I just urge you guys to actually look at the actual evidence that was put against him, and you just ask yourself, put yourself in a juror's position, and see how you would have judged that situation. And again, look at it from like a nonpartisan position, right? It's kind of ridiculous as to what happened. Assume your son is Trump and is against and they put that kind of evidence up against your son, and they found him guilty, and now he's guilty for that as for essay, and now he's known for that, and now he has to pay tens of millions of dollars. I mean, just you have to look
five
at if you look
million.
at it from that eyes, you'll understand you'll
Well,
kind of understand my
remember
side.
5 million, 5 million, which for him should be Trump change, but 5 million. But two, he couldn't keep his mouth shut, and he continued to defame her. That's why he had to pay more. So if he was my son, I would have told him to shut the fuck up and stop speaking, and then you want to pay any more money. But instead, he
Yeah,
has the mentality of a 5-year-old, and he can't shut up about it.
I agree. He should have shut the fuck up about that. 100%. I agree with that. Like he was. I mean, but the thing is, like, I mean, you have to look at it. I mean, he's in a position where he's being defamed himself, and they're attacking his character. If he truly believes that he didn't do that, if he in his mind, if he knows he didn't do that, how would you react with
No,
everyone
okay.
coming
He's
down on him
already
like
found
that?
liable. To the people who support him, right? To people to support him, they don't believe it. You don't believe it because you're. I mean, I know that right now. You don't believe it. That's okay, fine. But to his supporters, so why does he care about other people what they think of him? That's not his character anyway. It's just the fact that he cannot help himself to defame somebody else, and the rules of defaming are very strict, right? You have to meet about 3 or 4 criteria, and he was given an order after he was found liable that you cannot speak in a defamatory way about the about whatever her name is, E.G. Carroll. You cannot speak in a way that is defamatory, and he continued to do it. He called her names. He said that she was lying. He said that she did this and that, blah blah. And as a matter of his guilt, he couldn't do it, but he did, and so he
Uh,
he just couldn't help himself.
So let me put it this way: I can get a girl right now to say that you essayed him, and get two friends to say that, oh yeah, they told me about it. To obviously go have a testimony, and find a picture with you, and just a picture that you're near the person, like you're together, like one picture. That's enough to say you did it. That
No,
is
no, 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 not really,
the
because
evidence that
no,
was
no, no,
used was that two
because there's a thing
friends,
called an
a
alibi.
photograph,
I would have an alibi.
an alibi.
Yeah, you know what an
30
alibi
years
is?
later.
No. So, okay, you know what? I want to play this out because you're saying that what would happen is this. She would make a claim that I essayed her. Okay, then I would ask, or the
Yeah,
does the
I don't
twenty?
even know if I can have this conversation on
Yeah,
TikTok,
you're right.
bro.
Understandable, bro. We
Well,
don't have to.
I only
I
wanted to
literally
do
just
it
got a
because he brought
flag,
me
bro. It's
into it for
like,
some reason. Like he brought me into it as if I was going to. Yeah, but okay, we'll just end it here. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Again, just look at the evidence that was. All I'm saying,
I
one last
did,
thing.
and I found it believable. So
Again, that's fine. That's
that's
fine.
me.
I'm just saying, I personally don't see enough evidence to convict someone like that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he did or not. I don't. It's not whether I believe it or not. I just don't think it was fair that he was found liable for the amount of evidence that was presented, which was two friends with testimonies, a picture with
Trish, I
her,
appreciate the 13
and
month
that's it.
subscription. Thank you so much. All right, dude, you don't have to go over what
Yeah.
we just talked about. Like, I'm
Okay.
sorry, but like,
All right. Cool.
bro,
Cool. All right. Anyways, bro, it was nice talking to you. I mean, again,
for
if you
sure,
ever,
man.
again, the Ukraine situation, we already talked about that. Israel. Again, I think Trump is definitely in a much.
He didn't get the hints, bro.
Yeah, he didn't get the ends. Okay, well, Parker, thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me up.
coming up, man.
Yeah, bye. Have a good one.
All right, let's go to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. I'm sorry, bro. Like, that was so rough, dude. That was so rough. Oh my gosh. All right, everyone, let's get to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone.
Hey,
How old are
Parker.
you?
Yeah, I'm 27. I was on earlier. I had phone calls for work. We had to get off.
For sure. So you'll vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Um, just for my political beliefs with as far as everything I'm seeing with how the politics are going and with everything with all the different candidates. It's between him and another Republican that I'm going to have to go with him with where I'm seeing my political views going, that I'm going to have to go with him because he's the only one that supports what I'm supporting.
And what do you support?
My biggest thing was with the immigration acts with the Cubans because a lot of my family was coming from Cuba, and the moment Biden, Biden Biden's administration came into effect, it all came to a halt.
So Biden made it so that people from Cuba can't immigrate.
So under Trump's administration, he still respected the wet foot, dry foot law. And Biden pretty much abolished that.
And what does this law do? What does this law grant?
So the wet foot, dry foot law was that as soon as a Cuban set foot on U.S. soil, that they could get U.S. citizenship. They could start working towards it in the U.S.
And
to
Biden got
get
rid of that.
Yes, now they have to stay in Cuba
Can you give
and
me a
try
source on
and
that?
fight. It's my family, so I can't.
So you don't have a source on like Biden doing this? Or like when it happened?
It didn't start happening until 2021. So it was after the Biden administration had taken over. I mean, I can't give out names of that.
You don't
I
have
mean,
to.
I'm
Well,
not
do you
going to
know what
put
policy he passed, maybe?
the name of the policy. No, I don't know. I just know that they had made it where
This is
I had family
Obama.
members. Obama abolished it. Trump brought it back, and then Biden re-abolished it.
Okay, so
So they have the Cuban Adjustment Act that if they can get into the U.S., they can start their citizenship.
so I mean, yeah, okay.
They under the Biden administration,
So
they
wait,
have
this
made
does not sound like a Trump thing to support.
Trump was supporting them because
No,
it was under a
so
dictatorship.
So President Obama issued a statement Thursday evening saying U.S. is working to normalize relationships with its one-time foe, and ending this policy was the next logical step.
That was a trade act to trade
That's what
goods
Obama
between
said.
them.
Yeah, effective.
Yeah, it was a trade act under Obama.
Yeah,
Bush was the one that put under effective the wet foot, dry foot.
no, it
That
was
as long as they
Clinton.
could.
It was Clinton. And
Okay.
I we just looked. Neither Trump or Biden did anything with the wet foot, dry foot.
Well,
So I don't
they
know what
haven't
you're
helped
talking.
with it. But
I don't see
they've
anything to
still
see that they did anything with the wet foot, dry foot.
under Trump. The Trump administration still helped with getting citizenship for Cubans that were under a dictatorship rule.
Can you show me any source that indicates that to be true, bro?
As of right now, I don't have access to a device to do it
Okay.
besides my
Would you like to
iPad that
send
I'm
that
on
to
right
me
now.
later, and then you can come on a different time and we can talk about it?
Yeah, I'll gladly do that. I really do support your lives. Like, I love your lives. You're an amazing debater
Appreciate it, man.
and you're well educated. Like, I was defending you earlier. Like, I love your debates, and I'm just glad to be on it.
I appreciate it, man. Is there anything else you'd like to say before I go on to the next person?
Um, I was just wondering if you debate your other topics.
Yeah, I do. I've been banned for the past week, so I haven't been able to.
Okay, yeah, because I just got back onto TikTok. I hadn't seen you in a while, and then I just got back on, and this is the first one I saw. So,
Yep. All right. Well, I appreciate you
and,
coming up.
I was wondering. My biggest question was why only Trump is because there's other Republicans or Democrats that to debate against.
Why only talking about Trump here? Because
Yes,
he's
sir.
running for president and he's a threat to democracy. It's relating to the
Okay,
election.
but there's others doing it
Who
also.
else is running for the election?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Vivek is not running anymore. He dropped.
As of when?
This was a bit ago. He
Oh,
he
okay.
he dropped and supported Trump.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't. Last I had saw, he was still running.
Okay.
I've
All right.
been away for work, so
All right, for sure, man.
all right. Thank you. I'll
Appreciate it, man.
still continue to support you. Love your
All right,
lives.
appreciate it. Have a good day, man. Let's get to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, let's get the next person up here. Tap that screen. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes, everyone. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm this time. I got banned earlier, and then the algorithm's been really weird the second time I went live. So I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hey, I did.
Oh, I accidentally cut them off. I think they didn't mean to join anyway, so I accidentally cut you off. They literally started speaking right when I clicked the button, chat. Like right when I clicked it. Okay, let's get the next person, y'all. Please only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. All right, let's get the next individual up here, y'all. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen as well, everyone. Seaweed threw everything off. You think so? I don't think the seaweed is the issue, bro. I think just the algorithm is acting really weird right now, y'all. It's because it's the first live after a ban. That's my thoughts. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, they're not there. Let's go to the next individual, y'all. I don't know, bro. Might have been the seaweed. You think so? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 24.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, I will vote for Trump
Why so?
because when he was president, there was no war around the world. like Ukraine and
There
yeah,
was no war?
yeah, there was no war.
Really? Not a single one?
I can't remember. Not a war that hasn't been gone for a long time.
Not a war that hasn't been going on for a long time. So you mean like no new wars?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No new conflicts.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
When when you guys, yeah, I heard you talk.
let's say this is true, right? How does
Mm-hmm.
this indicate that it's specifically Biden's fault?
Um, because you gotta look at like he's he's an old man.
Yeah, so is Trump. Trump's an old man too.
Yeah, but Trump, you can see Trump. He got his head, correct, and Biden he doesn't.
What's your birth
And
year?
the decision he makes is so bad. Like
What's your
anyway,
birth year, by the way?
why would you want to know?
I'm just asking.
I'm 24. I already said it.
No, but what's your birth year?
I'm 24.
What's your birth year? Okay, it's a fetus chat. I'm calling fetus.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2004.
You'd be wrong.
No!
The fetuses are so bad at math, chat. It's actually unbelievable. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's get to the next individual, y'all. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. We might have to hit a restart in the live, everyone. I'm thinking a restart might be necessary, chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's going on? I'm 41.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I will.
Why so?
Well, I've been listening to you guys for a little bit. If we can touch on Ukraine, I was born in Romania. I still have family there. Ukraine is getting decimated right now. They actually are putting in mentally, how can I put it, where you guys were, I don't want to give you a flag, mentally challenged people into the military right now. You see, the U.S. isn't telling you guys everything on the media. What my family's
Are you
telling
in the
me-
U.S.?
Yeah, I'm in the U.S. I'm in Georgia.
So you're getting your information from people who are in Romania?
Yes, I
So
have
you
family
understand? Do you understand that we can also living in the U.S. get information from people living in Romania and living in countries around there as well? So what
there.
makes
Yeah,
you think that you have a greater
are
access
you?
to information than the entirety of the media?
But are you?
Yes, the media is. The media is
No,
absolutely going to people in which are in these countries surrounding these areas to figure out what's going on.
the media is the problem, man. The
Okay,
media
well,
isn't
all
being
media
honest.
isn't the problem. There's
Yeah,
certain media that could be the problem, but that doesn't mean all media is.
it is all media. You guys, you don't understand how propaganda works. That's the problem. I grew up under communism, so I understand.
Jamie, I appreciate the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I understand how propaganda works, but are you saying everything is propaganda then?
The majority of it, yes. And it doesn't matter
Okay,
whether
and
it's from
how
the
do you
left
know
or the
what's
right.
propaganda and what's not?
It doesn't matter if it's from the left or the right. It's most of it is propaganda.
How do you know what's propaganda and what's not?
How can I explain it to you to understand? Uh, Let me give you an example with Ukraine. The media right now is saying, "Oh yeah, if we just give them money, they're gonna win."
Yo, Daily, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Daily.
They don't have a chance to win with Russia. There's no way they're gonna win. The only way Ukraine would win is if NATO and the U.S. sends in troops.
You're just making an assumption.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, how do you know which one would win and which one would lose?
Because the military capabilities of Ukraine, of Ukraine compared to Russia is completely skewed. Think about it, man. Russia could have wiped out Ukraine completely in a few weeks, but they haven't.
You're just assuming. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
How am I assuming?
Because right,
Uh,
you're literally just believing this without reason.
no, no. Russia's like the fifth strongest military in the entire world.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they're going to just win right away.
But that's what I'm saying. They could have wiped the Ukraine off the face of the earth just by sending in
You're
their
just saying like nuclear weapons.
nuclear weapons. They could have sent in their
Yeah, so they're
planes
not going to send
and
nuclear
just
weapons because
bombed
that
the
would
crap out of them.
nuclear weapons would provoke response from other types of countries.
Yes, but also not just nuclear. That's what I was saying. Not just nuclear weapons. They could have just sent in planes and just bombed every inch of Ukraine.
Yeah. So again, as it relates to this, they're not going to do that because they want this land, right? Isn't the whole point of
Yes,
invading?
that's why they haven't done. I'm just saying they
Again,
could
but
have
couldn't
if
the
they
same
wanted.
thing be done by other countries? Other countries could just absolutely do the same thing to Russia. They could just bomb everything, but that's not like military outposts. That would be population centers.
Yes,
Aren't
and
they trying to fight the military?
look at what happened in World War II with Germany. What did they do? They did the same thing. You know, the Blitz.
The
You,
Blitzkrieg?
yeah,
That's just
Europe.
like a method of fighting.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Russia had that opportunity if they wanted to use that same tactic,
If they
but
just
they
wanted to
haven't.
go really quickly?
Yeah, if they wanted it to end within a month, that's what they
Isn't
could have done.
I think they attempted to make it end quickly, but it just didn't work out because of the back support.
No, but how what they're doing right now, it takes time. What I'm talking about is the Blitzkrieg, where they just bomb everything, like Germany did in World War II. Well, it doesn't matter if it's civilian or military.
Did the Blitzkrieg hold up against Britain?
Almost,
No.
um, it almost did, but who helped Britain? The U.S. and Russia.
Oh, okay. So wait, other countries that helped. Okay, so almost
If
like
if
with
the U.S.
Ukraine,
wouldn't have stepped,
it's almost like with Ukraine how other countries can help, right? And it can shift the odds. My point is that I don't
but that's
think
what.
that I'm qualified to make a determination of what's going to end up in Ukraine. I don't think you are either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look, the only reason that it didn't happen with
I
England is
think you're
because.
bullshitting. You want to know
Well, are you
why?
gonna let me
Because
finish?
neither of us have any clue.
You gonna let me finish? The only reason it didn't happen with
I think I've
England is
let you speak,
because.
man, but chill.
All right. The only reason it didn't happen with England is because U.S. sent in actual troops. You see what I'm saying?
You're saying the only way that they make money is if the U.S. sends. Wait, say it again.
No, I was saying about World War II and with England.
And why does
U.S.
everyone want to talk about Ukraine today, bro? It's like,
U.S. sent in actual troops.
what about it?
I was just making a point. What do you want to talk about? What else do you want to talk about?
Anything other than Ukraine, honestly. Like Ukraine's the most boring thing to talk about as it relates to the political scenario because it's just like I have no fucking clue how these different types of military powers are going to be able to engage with each other to a particular degree. You can say this one I think is better, this one I think is better. That doesn't mean they're going to be able to win this conflict. I mean, think about it as a sports game, right? Like you might know, but it just depends on many reasons. Like, well, there's other people who are supporting them. There's geographical reasons that would give them sort of an advantage. There's plenty of things. Like you could say, like with as it relates to Vietnam and the U.S., right?
Yeah,
Like you would say that obviously the U.S. has a better military, right?
right, of course.
But yet it still is the case that they didn't win as it relates to Vietnam.
Yeah,
So
because of the guerrilla warfare.
So yeah, but what explains that? It explains that there's outside causes. So I mean, the same way that there could be an outside explanation as it relates to this um with like Ukraine. So like I just like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think anyone knows. That's why I stray away from like geopolitics, like around the world and stuff, is because we can only make very generalized claims about things. Like we're setting precedents, like it's meant to decrease conflict, right? I don't think that we can say like, oh, this is gonna beat this. Like, you know what I mean? Or this is exactly what's going to happen if
Right.
this president was in office in terms of treaty. Like, I have no clue. I think you
Yeah,
have
you
no
can't
clue.
predict stuff like that.
You can't, it's not possible to predict. It's heavily dependent upon environmental reasons. It's not necessarily dependent upon the president.
Right.
So,
I
yeah, I
agree with
mean,
that.
yeah, I mean, if you agree with that, then my point is then it wouldn't be relevant to the conversation of whether or not Trump or Biden is better.
Oh no, I just wanted to touch up on that because, like I said, I've been listening to you guys for a while, and you guys were on that topic for a good minute.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and
That's
the money that's we're sending there, it's not just we're sending them half of the money. Half of it is going to our military industrial complex to build the weapons.
no, they already had weapons. They're just diverting it. It's just stuff that they already had.
No, I know. I'm saying the new money that we're sending right now, half of it's
Is this
going
in like
to
a new bill?
well, the one that they're trying to pass.
Because to my knowledge, they were sending old equipment.
Yeah, but the one that they're trying to pass right now. Half of the money is
I'd
going
have
to
to
go
I'd
to
have
the
to see
U.S.
which one
to
you're
build more
referencing.
weapons.
I'd have to look at like what they're doing.
Yeah, it's in the bill, man. I mean, it's a lot of stuff in there that they try to hide. Like, personally, like I said, I grew up under communism, so I don't trust the left or the right. And I see Trump as the outsider. That's why he's the lesser of two evils. Is he perfect? No, of course not. But I mean, you look at these career
How is he a lesser
politicians,
of two evils? He's quite literally a threat to democracy, right?
we're not even a democracy, though. We're a
We
republic.
are.
We're a
Oh my God.
republic.
Yeah, those aren't mutually exclusive.
No,
Those
they're
can,
not.
yeah, they can be true simultaneously.
A democracy, if 51% of the people vote, then the other 49 have to go along with it. A republic, that's
That's
not
a
the case.
direct democracy. So this is a constitutional republic and a representative democracy.
That's
That's what
what
this
you
is.
guys have been taught by corrupt people and corrupt
No,
politicians, and they
that's
have
what it
used
is.
the Constitution for you guys to
Hey,
believe
dude,
that.
that's what it is by definition. Okay. So you can deny reality all you want, but that's what it is
It's
by
not
definition.
denying it. Read the
No,
read the U.S. Constitution.
you're very much denying reality.
Read the U.S. Constitution.
I don't need to read the US Constitution any more than I have.
Really? Have you read it?
Yeah.
Then you should understand that what you're saying is completely wrong. It's false.
Did I accidentally put a thing on friendship necklace? Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, what were you saying?
But that's the problem especially with the left. You guys think you're so smart. You think you know everything so well.
I was literally
When
just telling you how I don't fucking know about geopolitics.
we're
What are you
not even
talking
talking
about,
about that
bro?
anymore. We're not talking about that anymore.
Dude, you're like, you think you know everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the left. You guys have like a superiority complex. You guys
How?
think you know better than everyone else.
How?
That's why that's why the left puts everybody down, calls everybody stupid and hicks and all this other stuff, right?
When have I done that?
Not you personally, but the left, the majority of the left.
Stop generalizing the left and reference me.
But you're part of the left, right?
Okay, you're part of the right, and people on the right say
you're
racist
gonna
shit.
vote for Biden, right?
Yeah, people on the right say racist shit. People who are in the KKK are voting for Trump. Am I going to generalize you to them? No. Now, can you please fucking tell me anything that's relevant to me?
Why are you gonna vote for Biden?
He's a better of the two candidates. He's not a proven sexual abuser. He's not a proven fraudster. He hasn't been lying about the election for the past few years when there's sufficient evidence indicating that he lost, right? So, I mean, I think there are plenty of reasons not to vote for Trump and to vote for Biden, right? Biden's not a great person. Biden's not an ideal guy. Biden's not an ideal president by any means, but he's absolutely the best of the two.
You realize Biden was accused of the same stuff that Trump was accused of.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm not talking
following-
about accusing. I'm talking about proven in the context of a civil court.
Yes,
That's
but
what I'm talking about.
that's
Held
because
liable.
that's because there's too
Millions
much
of dollars of
corruption.
damages.
That's because there's too much corruption in the justice system, in our political system. That's
There's
how
too much
this
corruption.
works.
Yeah, so
I had family members put in prison in Romania because they spoke out against the Communist Party. It's the same things happening here. You guys just refuse
no,
to see it.
what? I can speak out against the government, and that's not going to happen to me.
FBI just arrested a journalist for the simple fact that he covered January 6th.
Wait, how so? How did he cover it?
He's
What are they
a
arresting him
journalist.
for?
I don't know. It
Did he
just
did
happened
he did
today.
he go in the Capitol?
It happened today. No, I don't know the facts yet. It just happened today.
Because if
I
he
just
went
saw
into the Capitol, well then,
but there was plenty of journalists on the left that went into the Capitol and didn't get arrested.
I'd have to see that. I'd have to see. Please show me which one that is.
I can't right now. I'm using my phone, so I can't. I'd have to leave.
You just make sure to send that to me later.
But yeah, the journalist just got arrested for being there, just filming what happened on January 6th. That was it. That's all he was doing, was filming. He was being a journalist, and the FBI came and arrested him today. We don't even know the charges yet, what he's being charged with exactly.
Yeah, I'd like to. You can give me the information like this, but you can't give me any of the other information. It's very ironic.
What other information?
Again, I was just asking you. Wait, what did I just ask you for?
But it just happened today, so
Okay, so you don't have enough information about it then.
yeah, we don't even know why the FBI arrested him. We don't even know what he's being
Yeah,
charged
so if
with.
you don't know why they arrested him, how can you assume it's for no reason?
Because it's pretty clear it's for no reason.
Dude, you said we don't know why, but we do know. That's a contradiction.
No, it's because the FBI is corrupt, man. The FBI is just like the secret police that we had in Romania under Ceausescu.
Yeah, so and again, can
Like
you give me,
I'm talking about experiences
what
that
do you
I've had
mean by
at 4 years old. Every time my family went out, my mom used to tell me, "Remember, don't say anything you heard in the house because we were anti-communist." I understood at 4 years old I could have my entire family gone. And I see it, man. It's the same thing that's happening here. You
it's
guys
not,
just
no, it's
refuse.
not.
See, exactly, because you guys refuse to see the truth.
No, you're just assuming you know what's the case, and you're just like, if anyone disagrees with you, you're like, oh, they're just biased, right?
No,
Dude,
it's
give me
not
fucking
that.
evidence. Give me legitimate
It's
evidence.
not that. It's not that.
Give me legitimate evidence. If you can't give me legitimate evidence, I'm not going to hold the view.
You see,
Right? Just because you have an anecdotal experience in a different country that doesn't specifically relate to the current conditions in which is happening in America. I understand what you're trying to reference, but you have to give me reason to believe it to be true. And this is not Romania.
no, but it's becoming a communist country.
No, it's not. First of all, I haven't said anything about this, but a communist country is an oxymoron. You can say communists were in power and they were trying to influence the government and stuff, but that's not communism, okay? Communism is a stateless, classless, and moneyless society. To say that there's a government in the context of communism, right, a government that would have a monopoly on violence is incoherent.
Yes, on paper, communism is the best type of government, but the problem is
What? That's
no,
not what I said at all, dude.
what you don't factor in is the people that run that certain government. Tell me one communist country that is doing well that isn't basically having their citizens
I'm not a
are
communist.
slaves.
I'm not a communist, but there's no communist country.
What do you mean there's
That's an
no communist country?
oxymoron, okay? You're talking about countries in which have communists that are in like power or something. That doesn't mean that their economy is communist. Do you understand the distinction between the two?
Yes, it is. Look at China. China can
China
just
is
do
not
whatever
a
they want with
communist.
their economy.
China has a capitalist economy.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You have
You
no clue what you're
clearly,
talking about.
no, you clearly don't understand what you're talking
Yes, I
about.
do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't, buddy.
Yes, I do.
This is the problem with the left. You guys are so brainwashed and completely.
Communism is a stateless, classless, and moneyless society. There's money in China, there's a state in China, and there's also classes in China. You quite literally have disputed every single basis of what communism is.
A
I
billionaire
appreciate the
just
crown. Thank you
got
so much.
a billionaire got arrested in China
Oh,
and
they
got
have
his business
billionaires. They have
confiscated.
billionaires. Oh, are there billionaires in communism? No, because there's no fucking money. There's literally no money. How the fuck could they be communists when they have money?
It is a communist country. What is the
No, it's
CCP
not.
then?
No,
What's
it's
the
not.
CCP
They
then?
have communists in power in government. That does not mean that their economy is communist. Fundamental distinction.
No, you're wrong. It
No, I'm
is.
not. I promise you I'm not.
It's clear you don't understand how communists work.
I do. I was a communist.
Oh, really?
Yes, I used to be a
Yeah.
communist.
Yeah. That's why you love communism. That's why you want
I'm not a
America to be a
communist
communist
now.
country.
I'm not communist.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I want America to be a social democracy, right? Like in Europe, right? In Northern European countries, they are more economically free and they're more socially free than we are in the United States. And they have broader social safety nets that ensure that people have basic access to necessities and resources that are fundamental.
Yeah, that's why the farmers are being attacked and having their land taken away from them, right?
Where? What country?
There's about 12 or 13 countries protesting right now all over Europe.
What country specifically?
Netherlands, for example,
For what?
the for the whole climate BS.
Okay, so the Netherlands, that's not Northern Europe, by the way. One. Two,
It's Europe though.
I
It's
said Northern
13 countries.
Europe because I know France and Netherlands are, but they don't necessarily have the same conditions, and they're protesting over. It's over certain types of like tax policies, isn't it?
It's tax policies. They want
And regulations associated with the environment.
regulations. The Netherlands specifically, like I said, they're trying to take the farmers' land because they're saying, "Oh, we got to take your land to save the environment." Like,
I mean,
I
if
don't
yeah, if
understand
there
how
are
people.
certain things to save the environment, yeah, they should do that.
And what are people gonna eat?
I just think that there's
What
an
are
issue
people gonna
with
eat
farmers
then?
not being paid enough. What?
What are people gonna eat?
Food?
From where? If you take the farmers' land, and where are the farmers gonna grow the food, the cattle, raise the cattle?
Yeah, if we'd be able to farm in other places. They're
Where?
not getting rid of all farming processes. What?
Where? No, that's exactly what's going on.
Where in places in which have a comparative advantage for that particular type of farming process.
You understand the push is for people to start eating bugs and lab meat, fake meat that actually gives you cancer.
Give no currently fake meat. You have no evidence to indicate it gives you cancer. One,
Yes, I do.
two. Okay, well then give me some.
Yeah, I do. I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Bill Gates.
Yeah,
Uh,
can you give me a source? Appreciate the
yeah,
confetti. Thank you so much.
I'll send it to you.
Right, lab meat. Actually, legitimately speaking, wouldn't you want to move to a society where we aren't like killing animals for the meat, and instead we're just getting meat, same nutrients, same taste without killing the animals?
No,
Like that
because
just seems unnecessary as fuck, dude.
that lab meat is, like I said, it gives you can the
Appreciate the
chemicals
handout.
they
Thank you
put
so
in
much.
the chemicals they put in that fake meat.
What chemicals?
It's a bunch of chemicals that they put into.
What chemicals give you
Why
cancer?
can't you do your own research on
What
this?
you because I'm asking you made the claim that they give you cancer. I'm asking you
They do.
what chemicals cause you to get cancer?
They do. I don't have it right in front of
What
me.
chemicals cause you to get cancer?
Like I said, I can send you the link to it.
What chemicals cause you to get cancer? Do you know a single one?
See? See, it's pointless talking to you guys because
not pointless.
yes, it is because you
Appreciate
guys
the
don't
handout. Thank you
even
so much.
wanna
I'm
listen.
sorry. I'm sorry you can't use reason and logic. My bad.
You
Too much
guys
to
don't
ask
even want
for.
to listen. No, that's
I'm
not the
asking
case,
you
man.
questions and I'm literally
You don't
listening to
want
you.
no, you want me to do your own research when you should be
No,
doing
you're the
your own
one making
research
the
instead of
claim,
just
and I'm
believe.
asking you
Oh,
to. You're the one
he
making the
just the
claim.
TV told me this is
You're the one making the
it's safe.
claim. I'm not gonna trust you, bro. And now you're saying
Yeah, you're gonna
you're
trust
just
a bunch
you're just
of
believing things
you're
based
gonna
upon
trust a
trust me,
bunch of
bros.
people that don't give two shits about you.
Yeah. So that's you, right? So you're. Please
No,
give me any actual
I'm trying
evidence.
to educate you on on lab meat is dangerous for you.
Yeah. So give me any
Eating
actual
bugs are
evidence.
dangerous for you.
I'm not saying we should eat
Chemicals,
bugs. Wait, hold up.
that's what
I'm
they're
not
pushing,
arguing.
man.
Who's they?
You haven't seen a lot of the actors, a lot of the commercials that's going on right now. Tyson has just stopped renewing, I don't know, 50,000 farming so they can start with the bugs. That's what's going on, man.
What specific thing is gonna push you like where you're mandated to eat bugs? Because again, people can choose to eat bugs now if they want to, right?
Have you heard of Agenda 2030?
I have.
Okay. That's what this is all about. Every government right now in the world is on board with that.
No.
15
What are you
minute
talking
cities.
about? There's no international agenda that every country's on board with. What are you talking about? And this,
Yes,
especially
there is.
starting to
They
eat
just
bugs. Like,
they meet in Davos every year and talk secretly about everything that they're gonna do.
Oh, secretly they talk about it, but yet you know about it. Yet you, some random ass person on the fucking internet, knows about it, and
Yeah,
they're doing
because
it
they
in
put it
secret.
out. They put
Wow, wow, they put it out, but they're doing it in secret. Wow, fucking very smart.
See, you're arrogant. You're
Yeah,
so arrogant,
I'm not
man.
being arrogant. I'm being
Yes, you
real.
are. You are.
I'm being fucking real.
No, you're not. You're
This
arrogant.
isn't
Because you
arrogancy.
can't do your
No,
own
this is not being
research.
arrogant.
You
I'm
can't do
asking
your
you to
own
justify your
research.
own
You just rather
claims.
believe what they tell you, what the
I'm
media
asking you.
tells you, what politicians tell
Hey,
you.
dude, I'm asking you to justify your claims. I'm not gonna just believe. I'm not gonna just believe you like you're
So why
saying
would
that
you
I'm doing with those
so if you don't
politicians.
believe me,
Give
why
me
would you just
actual
believe
fucking evidence.
why would you just believe the media and the politicians
I don't
and the
just believe the
globalists?
media and the politicians. I cross-reference things all the fucking time. But what happens is that I can actually look at it and I can see the information and it's linked for me.
No,
You haven't given me
you
shit.
you don't understand how to read between the lines and what they're actually saying.
What lines do I need to read between? Kate, thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Like
much. Stop
Agenda
being arrogant.
2030.
Yeah, and what lines do I need to read it in between on Agenda 2030?
Let's cover it. What is Agenda 2030 to you?
Yeah, so typically it's just going to be related to what people think is going to happen, right? So there are ideas of what could possibly happen that the World Economic Forum has looked at, right? That could happen by 2030, right? So they're talking about different things they could do in the economy to not reach these stages, or what would happen if they did. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. There's no
Cloud
secret code. It's just people who are in the World Economic Forum trying to think about things that could possibly be problems in the future. Holy shit! Yo, Daily with the garden farm. Oh my god, I literally put that on just because I didn't want people to do it. Thank you, Garden Fantasy. Daily, I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Yo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, what were you saying?
Klaus Schwab stated this just on the 2024 Davos that they just had a few weeks ago. I believe it was in February, that it's time for basically shareholders to be in charge of the world. So you want a bunch
Yeah.
of corrupt,
Wait. They're not.
you
No,
want a
no.
bunch of
They say
corrupt people in charge of the
no. You
world.
read that wrong. Not shareholders. Stakeholders.
Stakeholders, shareholders, it's the
No,
same
no, no. They're
thing,
not the
dude.
same thing. Stakeholders are like me, you, people in the economy. Shareholders are like the investors.
No, man. See, that's exactly my point. You believe what he's
You're a
saying. That's not what
stakeholder.
he's saying.
You're a stakeholder.
He wants the globalist elites, the
Dude, you don't
richest
even
of
know
the
what you're
rich,
talking about,
to
dude.
be in charge.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't, dude.
And it's clear you can see it, but you refuse to actually look at what
No,
they're
I am
really
looking. I
doing and
have
what they're
looked, and I
really
have seen
saying.
this. You just have no clue what you're talking about.
No, no, you haven't. You
I
got
have.
blinders on, buddy.
I've
You
looked at
got
this.
you got blinders on.
No, you're just believing in any conspiracy that's put in front of
No, I'm
you.
not. I look at the research and
No,
I
literally
do
look at
I
what he's
look at it
saying. If you look
myself.
at what Klaus Schwab is saying there, he's talking about stakeholders.
Yeah, you think that's what he's talking about. You think he's talking about you and me, but he's not, buddy. He's
That's
not.
what stakeholders means. Stakeholders is referencing you and me. Is
And
referencing all of
again,
us.
and again, if you would understand how to read between the lines, what he's really
Appreciate
saying
the confetti. Thank you so much.
is why are
Yeah.
they
So
saying a
some random
15-minute
implication
city?
that you don't even have
Why did he
evidence to
say
indicate. You read between the lines.
why
That
did he
means
say
that you have
you'll
no
own nothing and be
evidence.
happy, huh?
What's up?
Why did he say you'll own nothing and be happy? How are you
He's
going to be
saying those
happy?
are projections for the future.
Projection, that's their plan. How are you going to be happy if you own nothing?
No. Appreciate the magic rhythm. Thank you so much. These are projections, right? What they think could happen.
Man, they got you bad, bro. You brainwashed really bad. They got
How
you
am I
hook, line, and
brainwashed?
sinker.
You're the one that's brainwashed.
Nah, dude. I see the truth.
You're brainwashed as fuck, dude.
Okay, whatever. I see the truth.
No, you don't. You don't see any truth, bro.
Yeah,
What are you
you're gonna
talking about?
remember
You
this when
see,
you're nothing but a slave.
you follow absolute
Yeah,
BS.
you're gonna you're gonna
QAnon
remember
sense.
this when you're nothing but a slave eating your little bugs. You're gonna remember this.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna remember this, man.
Yep.
Holy shit, I can't
Yep.
wait. Can't wait to eat my bugs and be a quote unquote. Can you define slave for me, please?
You're gonna be owned by the government. You're not gonna have any rights.
I'm gonna be owned by the government with no
Yeah,
rights.
you're not gonna have absolutely no rights. You won't be able to travel. You'll be stuck in your little 15-minute city. and that's it. You'll have a little carbon tax. You'll have a social credit system, digital money. So if you say the wrong thing on the web or something, oh well, that's it. Or you've reached your carbon allowance for the month, you can't buy this certain stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's
You're
so that
done.
polluters internalize their costs.
Yeah.
You're getting the polluters to internalize the externalities that they cause.
Right.
That's what a carbon tax does.
No.
But you don't
It's
understand that.
it's
So you
about
don't think
control.
that polluters should
It's about
experience
control.
the internalization of the own pollution that they cause.
It's about control.
No, it's about internalizing certain types of consequences that exist to ensure that we engage in the correct actions. That's what it's about. The
Right, like
internalizations of externalities.
the green energy that actually wind turbines are killing whales, solar panels freeze in the winter, EVs are dangerous. You can't recycle the EV batteries, and don't even get
Wait,
me started.
yes, you can. You can
No, you cannot.
recycle. Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. One, two. As it relates to
How?
this, that is not the only type of renewable energy that I would be advocating for. And how the fuck do wind turbines kill whales?
The sonar that they emit as they're spinning, it messes with the sonar of the whales, and the whales end up beaching themselves.
Really?
Yeah,
Where'd you learn this?
look it up, man. I can't do all the research for you. You
I'm just
gotta,
asking
gotta
you,
put
dude.
in
I'm
the work.
literally just. Hey. I'm sorry. I don't know where the fuck part of the internet you're debating on and you're talking about these things on, right? But you can't just say for every fucking claim you make that I need to do all the research for you, right? Because
No, you're not
you're
doing it for me.
shifting
You're
the
doing it
burden
for
of proof.
yourself. You're doing it for yourself.
Stop talking. You're shifting the burden of proof. You're saying that I need to do all this research for this. No, but this is your claim. I'm just asking you where you got this. So when I ask you where you've gotten this, stop shifting the burden onto me and instead accept your own burden, bud.
Look it up. Studies done in all over the world now.
Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so I have something right here from AP News. Contrary to politicians' claims, offshore wind farms do not kill whales.
AP News?
Yes, AP
Propaganda?
News.
Propaganda news. Okay, buddy.
Yeah,
Good
AP
job.
News is
Yeah.
not propaganda
Yeah,
news.
okay,
It's
buddy.
what are you
See, we're
talking?
not
Can you
we're
give me
not
any
gonna
reason?
we're not
Can you give
we're
me
not
any
gonna
reason to believe
understand
AP
each other
News is?
because you believe the
Can you
propaganda.
can you believe me? Can you give me any reason to believe that AP News is propaganda?
Oh, because everything they say is a lie.
Name one thing they said is a lie.
Well, you just read one.
Oh, so you're just assuming it's a lie. What reason do you have to believe
No,
it's a
I'm not
lie?
assuming because I've actually, like I said, I've done the
What
research
reason do
and
you
I
have to
found
believe
out.
it's a lie? I just did the research. I just looked it up and disagreed with you.
Yeah, because they're lying to you, and you rather
How do I
believe
know
them.
you're not lying to me?
Because why would I lie about something like that? What do I
Because
have
you're
to
just
gain
some
about
random
lying?
ass person on the internet.
What do I have to gain?
What doesn't you want fucking attention
No,
in debates?
no, that's not it.
People lie in debates
Nope.
all the time. What are you talking about?
I'm
What,
not
what do
that
you
type
mean?
of person.
What do you mean? What
I'm not
incentive
that
do I
type of
have, bro?
person.
I don't know what type of person you are.
I'm just telling you right now, I'm
Why
not
would
that type
AP
of
News lie
person.
about something like that?
Because they have an agenda. They get paid by
You
these
have an
people
agenda.
to
You're
lie.
getting paid.
No, I'm not. Who's paying me?
What? Who's paying them?
Who's paying them? Try George Soros.
Can you give me a source?
See, that's all you can do. Can you give me a source instead of doing your own
you have
research?
you have literally no fucking evidence. It's because you've got shit for nothing. You've got
Yeah,
conspiracy theories, bud. You've got
yeah.
Q nonsense, bud. You've got absolutely fucking nothing. So when I ask for a source, right, and you can't provide it, you immediately get sad. You immediately get defensive. Why?
I don't
Because
get
you've got
defensive.
absolutely
I'm
fucking
telling you the
nothing.
truth.
All you've got is denying reality, denying sources, denying
Sure, buddy.
facts. Right? That's all you've got. Do you believe the election
Mhm.
was stolen? Thank you for the you're amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sure,
Was the
buddy.
election stolen?
Yes.
Oh, it's almost like all these conspiracies bleed into your entire belief system. Okay, let's talk about that. What evidence do you have that the election was stolen?
Why were they covering up
Appreciate the handout. Thank you.
the windows? I think it was in Pennsylvania. They're covering up the windows
I don't know. Was that submitted in court?
so
Kelly, I
people
appreciate
can.
the subscription. Thank you so much. Was that submitted in court?
The judges are corrupt and or too
All
scared
the
to look
judges are
at the
corrupt.
evidence.
So even the ones that were appointed by Trump.
A lot of them probably, yeah.
Oh, so Trump
Or
appointed.
and like I said,
So,
and
wait,
or
wait,
too
wait, wait, wait,
scared.
wait, hold on. Trump appointed corrupt judges. So you think that he's not good at setting people in who are in judges?
And
He,
or
he
too
appoints corrupt
scared.
judges.
All right, did you hear what I said? And or too scared to look at the evidence. A lot
Oh,
of these people are scared to look at the
yeah.
evidence
So
because
so
they
why
rather
does it?
keep their
So he's
job.
bad at picking judges. There you go.
See, you don't even hear what I'm saying.
No, not a single judge that he picked that oversaw the results of these indicated there was sufficient evidence to
They
overturn the
didn't even want to
election
look at the evidence, bro.
because there wasn't sufficient evidence. No, they didn't look at the case because there wasn't sufficient evidence. They did look at the evidence
No,
and there
because they were
wasn't
scared.
sufficient.
They wanted to keep their
No,
job. They were scared. They didn't want
no.
to look at
You
the
can look at
evidence.
all the audits. Name one audit that showed sufficient evidence to overturn the election. Name one.
There's a lot of them out there.
Name one. One audit.
Arizona, for one.
Arizona did not show sufficient evidence to overturn the election. You're wrong.
It
You
did.
want to put money on that?
No, I don't want to put money on it. Why would I?
That's what I
don't want
fucking
to
thought,
bet on it.
bud. That's what
Why
I
would I
thought.
bet on?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You can't put your money where your mouth is, bud.
No, I just don't bet. I don't
Yeah,
bet.
yeah, because you know you're wrong. If you
No, I'm
knew you
not.
were right, if you knew you were right, you would accept the bet.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't accept a $1 trillion bet right now that the sky is red? Appreciate the cap. Thank you
Nope.
so much.
Nope.
I would say I think the sky is red. You think the
Nope.
sky is blue. You wouldn't accept that
Nope.
bet.
I wouldn't know. No, because I have honor.
This guy's Delulu. Okay? He's Delulu, chat. He's absolutely wild.
You are.
He's absolutely removed from reality. You wouldn't take $10,000?
Nope. There's a thing called honor, buddy.
How is this against honor?
Because I don't believe in betting.
Okay, do you believe do you
That's
put your
part of
mo-
my honor
Have
system.
you ever invested your money in the stock market?
No,
No, never.
never.
You'll never invest your money. Have you bought a house?
Yes, I bought a house.
That's investing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
'Cause I paid
is.
cash for it.
Yeah, that's still investing. The property could go down in value. That's still a gamble. You know that, right?
It's not the same thing, man.
Yes, it is.
No, because I live in the house.
So, but you're still gambling on it. You're
Okay.
gambling on your necessities.
All right. You wanna twist things around to fit your little narrative? That's cool.
Do people lose their houses?
Yeah, when they don't pay. My house is paid for.
No,
How am I gonna lose my house?
Okay, again, you can lose your house based upon plenty of things, right? If it is the case that your house goes down in value, right, you can lose the value of how much you put into it. That's what I'm saying.
But what does it matter if I don't plan on moving?
So let's say you never move, right? Let's say your house is worth absolutely nothing, right? All the houses around you are worth nothing. What job would you be able to have?
What does that have to do with my house? With me not moving? What job?
Yeah, if the house values are worth zero in the area, right? Or if the house values are extremely low, how is that going to impact the amount of jobs people have?
Again, if I don't move, what does that matter?
Let's say there's a hurricane.
My house could be worth nothing.
Are
It
you
wouldn't matter to me.
are you near an ocean?
No,
Are you in an earthquake prone zone?
no,
Tornadoes.
no,
Bullshit.
no. I'm in Georgia.
But Georgia, there's hurricanes.
Very, very rarely.
Georgia, there's tornadoes.
Rarely.
Okay. What are you talking about, bro? Okay. So again, fires, right? Let's say that there's a huge fire.
That's why
Okay.
you have insurance.
Oh, okay. So insurance. What if you don't have insurance?
You have to have insurance. It's the law. Anyway, here in Georgia, it is.
Oh, I think it might depend on the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you have insurance for hurricanes?
No.
Okay. So
I
let's say
have
there's
flood insurance. I have fire insurance. Why would I have hurricane insurance?
Wait,
I
do
have
you have tornado
I have
insurance?
damage insurance.
Wait, you know insurance is gambling, right?
How's it gambling?
Because it's risk aversion, right? You're getting insurance, right, for the assumption that something in the future could negatively impact you.
But
Right? If it doesn't, well then you made a gamble, right?
you can't justify that as gambling, man.
That is what define gambling.
You can't. Gambling is when you go to Vegas or when you gamble on the stock market.
No, tell me what gamble means.
That's what that is.
Tell me what
You're
gamble
trying to, like I
means.
said, you're trying to twist things around,
No, no, no.
man.
I just tell
We're
me
not gonna
define
see eye to
gamble.
eye. That's the
Define
thing.
gamble.
I'm not gonna define gamble for you.
Because you can't. You don't want to engage with reality.
No, because you're trying to twist things around. That's why.
What is? No, just tell me what you think gambling is.
That's why you're trying to